Welcome to my YouTube channel. After a long time, we are again going to proceed to our mathematics part first syllabus, that is algebra. We have started the second chapter, that is the real number. In the previous video, we have discussed the topic square root of a negative number. Now today we have to see roots of a positive rational number. So let's see if x square equal to 2. Then if you have to find the value of x, then what are the possible values of x? Then x equal to root of 2 or x equal to minus root of 2. Here what we get the two values of the x, because if we take the square of this term root of 2, we get plus 2, and if we take the square of the minus root of 2, again we get here plus 2. So the possible values of x is what? Plus of root 2 and minus of root 2. So here plus of root 2 and minus of root 2 are irrational numbers. Some more example, we will see the irrational number. Some more irrational number are that is 3 root of 7, 4th root of 8 and so on. Okay. Now we have to see if n is a positive integer. Positive integer means what? Plus positive natural number. Okay. And x raised to n equal to a. Then you have to find the value of x. So what will the value of x? X will be what? Nth root of a. With the example, we will get here. If 2 raised to 5 equal to 32, then if you have to find the value of 2, so 2 will be what? That is the 5th root of 32. But in the same way, here 2 is what? Again here 2 is a rational number. But if we see x raised to 5 equal to 2, then what we get? Then the value of x will be what? 5th root of 2, which is an irrational number. So from this condition, we can say that if we take the square root, cube root, fourth root, fifth root, or up to the nth root, so the value will be what? Either it will be a rational number or it will be an irrational number. So let's see the next topic, that is the surd. If what the definition says, if n is an integer greater than 1, means what? The number should be what? Integer. It should be greater than 1. That is the smallest number should be here 2. From 2 it begins. If n is an integer greater than 1 and if a is a positive real number. Here condition is what? Again positive real number. And nth root of a is x. Then it is written as x raised to n equal to a, or x is what? X is again n root of a. Okay. If here the value of x, if the value of x is an irrational number, then we say that x is a surd. Here we have seen that the value of x will be what? Either it may be a rational number or it may be a irrational number. But the condition is what? If the value of x is an irrational number, so we say that it is a surd. If it is not an irrational number, that is, it may be a rational number, then it is not a surd. So we get the definition of surd as surd is an irrational root. Surd is an irrational root. So let's see some example. For example, cube root of 7. Now here cube root of 7 is what? It is again the value what are we get if we get an irrational number. It is an irrational number. So 3 root of 7 is an example of this surd. Next we will see again one example. Cube root of 27. Now cube root of 27 is what? Simply 3. And 3 is a rational number. So 3 is a rational number. So 3 root of 7 is a irrational number. So it is a surd. But cube root of 27 which is equal to 3, and 3 is a rational number because 3 can be given as 3 upon 1. So it is not a surd. Now we have to see the next topic, that is in a surd nth root of a, the symbol. What does the symbol describe? Here root sign. First of all, you will see the root sign. Here the root sign is what? It is also known as root is a radical sign. Here the element A is also known as radicand. And here n is what? N is a order or index of a surd. So for example, if you consider cube root of 7, so here root sign is what? Again radical sign. 7 is what? 7 is the radicand, and 3 is what? 3 is the order of the surd. In the same way, we can define for any surd. The surd of order 2, that is, for example, root of 3, root of 7, root of 47, that is any rational number in the form of root is simply known as the quadratic surd. Or simply we can say that quadratic surd is what? The surd of the order 2 is known as quadratic surd. The simplest form of the surd. Simplest form means what? It is converted into the simplest form. The surd which are converted into the simplest form and cannot be simplified further. And further it cannot be simplified. Up to the last we have to simplify it. Is known as simplest form of the surd. Again we will revise. The surd which are converted into the simplest form and cannot be simplified further is known as the simplest form of the surd. With the help of the example, we will get clear. If you consider root of 48, now root of 48 can be given as 48 in terms of one square number. So the square number is what? Here 16. So we can write it as 16 into 3. 48 can be given as simply 16, there is a 48. So again, we will apply the law of indices. That is, if root of a into root of b, then we write it as root of a into b. Or vice versa. If root of a into b is there, then we can give it as root of a into root of b. So we can expand this term as root of 16 into root of 3. But root of 16 is what? It is a square number. And square number root means what? Simply here it will get 4 root of 3. And further it cannot be simplified. So the simplest form of the root of 48 is simply 4 root of 3. Now we have to see the topic, that is like or similar surd. Okay, like and similar are of the same meaning. Now when we have to say the two surds are like or similar surds, two surds are said to be like surds if their order is equal and the radicals are equal. We have seen that nth root of 8 is if it is an irrational term, then it is a surd. So what we have to two things we have to compare, that is this is the radical order, that is both the surds have the same order and the inside element should be also the same, that is the radical should be also the same. Then only then we can say that the two surds are like or similar surds. So let's see with some example. For example, root of 2 minus 3 root of 2 4 upon 5 root of 2 comma minus 7 root of 2. These are some like or similar surds because here the radical element is same, root 2 2 2 2, and the order is also same, that is 2 2 2 2. So the given or possible 4 surds are like surds. Here nothing is multiple to the root of 2. Here minus 3 is multiple to the root of 2. Here 4 upon 5 is multiple to the root of 2. Here minus 7 is root of multiple to the root of 2. It does not matter what the number is multiplied or integer or fraction is multiplied. Only the condition is what? The radical element and the order should be same. Then and only then we can say that the given two surds are like or similar surds. Now we have to see the comparison of the surds. The comparison of the surd is divided into three parts. That is into the three signs, that is less than, equal to, and greater than. So all the three possible conditions we have to see. First of all, let a and b should be what? They should be a positive real number. Then we can define it as, first of all, if a is greater than b, then if we apply the square on the two positive real numbers, that is a square will be also greater than b square. Now second, if a is less than b, then a square will be also less than b square, or b square. If b is greater than a, then b square will be also greater than a square. And the last, that is third, that is if a equal to b, then if we take the square on both sides, that term should be also equal, that is a square equal to b square. These are the all three cases where comparison of surd varies. Now we have to see the next topic, that is operation on like surds. Mathematical operation means what? Simply addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So these four operations we have to apply on the like surds. So let's see this topic with the help of the example. So first example is what? 7 root of 3 plus 29 root of 3. Here 7 root of 3 and 29 root of 3 are what? They both are the like surds. So addition can be done on the two like surds. So let's see, here root of 3 and here is also root of 3. So one rule is there to add the two surds, that is 7 plus 29 root of 3. 7 plus 29 means what? It is a 36. 36 root of 36 root of 3. The addition of the two surds is what? 36 root of 3. And next is what? Subtraction. For subtraction also the condition is what? Two surds should be like. Therefore, same way 7 minus 29 root of 3. Here we have to do the subtraction. 7 minus 29. Here the subtraction is not possible. So as per the rule of the subtraction is what? 29 minus 7. What we get? 22. But the smallest number minus greatest number, that is we have to do the negative sign. So minus of 22 root of 3 is the answer. Again, for the multiplication, it is not required that it should be like surd or not. So let's see. Root of 7 into, now root of 42 can be given as in a multiple of 7 and 6. 7 6 is 42. That is 7 into 6. Again, root of 7 into root of 6 can be given as this root of 7 as it is. Okay. Root of 7 into root of 6. Now root of 7 into root of 7, that is simply a 7. 7 into root of 6, that is 7 root of 6. This is what? This is an irrational number. Again, next, same multiplication we have to do. 50 can be given as 25 into 2 and 25 by 18 can be given as 9 into 2. While multiplication, we have to split up the number or multiply the number in the form of a square number. Here 25 is a square number and 25 to the 50. Here 9 is a square number, 9 to the 18. So the simplification becomes simple or easiest. So 25 into root of 25 into root of 2. Again, root of 9 into 2 can be given as root of 9 into root of 2. Now root of 25 is what? Simply 5 into root of 2. Again, root of 9 can be given as 3 into root of 2. Now this is the multiplication. So multiplication is what? Commutative. So 5 into 3 multiplied by root of 2 into root of 2. That is 15 into 2. The answer is what? 30. Okay. So root of 125 divided by 5 can be given as, that is simply 125 upon root of 5. Again, laws of indices. Root of 125 upon 5. 125 upon 5 is what? Simply root of 25. 5 on the 5, 25. 25 upon 1, that is equal to root of 25. Root of 25 is what? Simply 5. Again, it is a rational number. So one note we can take that the product and quotient of the two surds may be a rational number. That is product, that is multiplication, and quotient, that is division. May be a rational number. Now the next topic we have to see rationalization of a surd. If the product of the two surds is a rational number, if you take the product or if you take the multiplication of the two surds and after simplification, if we get the product as a rational number, then each surd is called the rationalizing factor of the other surd. For with the help of the example, we will see if surd root 2 is multiplied by root 2. So what we will get? root of 2 multiplied by root of 2. As per the property is what? That is root of 2 into 2. That is what? Root of 4. Root of 4 is what? Simply square root of 4 is what? Simply 2. So we can say that therefore root of 2 is a rationalizing factor of the root of 2. Here root of 2 is a rationalizing factor of the root of 2. Now one note we have to see, we will get clear. A rationalizing factor of a given set is not unique. Not unique means what? It is not a single term. It may be more than one term. So with the example again we will get clear. If we take root of 2, then what such number we should multiply with the root of 2 such that we get a rationalizing factor. So the root of 2 it may be root of 8. Okay, if we multiply root of 2 by root of 8, so what we get? That is root of 16. And root of square root of 16 means what? Simply it is a 4. So here we get a rational number. So here root of 8 is a rationalizing factor of root of 2. Again one example we will see. If we consider root of 2, okay, and we multiplied it by 32, root of 32. So what we get here? 2 into 30, square root of 2 into 32. That is square root of 2 into 32 means what? It is 64. Square root of 64 is same as 8. So root of 32 is a rationalizing factor of root of 2. Means the note has been clear that the rationalizing factor of a given set is not unique. It may be different. Here what we get? Root 2 is a rationalizing factor of root 2. Root 8 is a rationalizing factor of root of 2. Root of 32 is a rationalizing factor of root of 2. Means what? It is getting different. Okay, so it is not a unique rationalizing factor. If we multiply by any non-zero rational number, so we will get the rationalizing factor of any set. Now with the help of the rationalizing factor, we have to solve these two examples. So with the use of the rationalizing factor, we can rationalize the denominator 2. So let's see, rationalize the denominator of 2 root of 7. Now we have to rationalize the denominator of the given term. So let's see what is given at 3 upon 2 root of 7. Now we have to rationalize the denominator. Rationalize the denominator means what? We have to manage the irrational term from the denominator. So what we have to do? We have to multiply, that is 3 2 root of 7. So what number we should multiply that the root term will be vanished. So if we multiply the numerator and denominator by root of 7, here the same number we have to multiply to the denominator and numerator also. Give a reason. Multiply numerator and denominator by root of 7. So now do the multiplication. 3 root of 7 and 2 root of 7 into root of 7. So what we get here? 3 root of 7 upon 2 into root of 7 into root of 7, that is simply 7. So the answer is 3 root of 7 upon 14. So here at the denominator we get here rational term. Before it was a irrational term. So after multiplying root of 7 numerator to the numerator and denominator, the root of 7 term get vanished. So in the denominator we get a rational term. So this is the example of the rationalization of the denominator. In the same way, here we have to multiply by root of 5. Now 1 upon root of 5 is given. We have to rationalize the denominator. So by root of 5 we have to multiply to the numerator and the denominator, that is multiply numerator and denominator. Root of 5 and do the multiplication. 1 into root of 5 upon root of 5 into root of 5, that is root of 5 upon